Only 5 players were placed on the Gridiron Glory Player of the Year final list. Online host Erik Threet II is here to talk about the guys who just missed the final list. Erik, who we got?
There's so much talent in our coverage. It's unfair that we have to limit ourselves to 5 players because there are a bunch of players who are worth being on this finalist list and being up for this award. I tried to get as many people as possible on this full screen that I'm about to show. Tyler Corbett talked about nailing Yates earlier. He had 29 touchdowns, and he was responsible for 82% of the Vikings' yardage. Hunter Edwards had almost 30 touchdowns this year. Cam Curry had almost 20 or over 20 touchdowns, and he scored 4 different ways. 2 running back tandems fell short. Jackson's Blake McCoy and Johnny Farley both had over 1,000 yards, 16 touchdowns apiece. But listen to this. Wellston's Nick Cox and Travis J. John combined for over 3,100 yards, and they scored 40 times. We'll see Travis and Blake next year, though. Let's talk about Trey Craycraft right quick. Like all of our finalists, he's a senior, he's a leader. The first 1,000-yard receiver in River Valley's history, the only 1,000-yard receiver in our coverage. He had the most receptions in a season. He tied the record for most receiving yards for the Raiders, and they're going to miss his production next year. Patrick Brown and Jacob Campbell, however, are returning, so they have pieces to build off of. We've talked about Craycraft, though. Let's talk about Zach Waldrop. I feel like nobody knows who this man is. He was a dog this year. He posted just as many rushing yards as Alex Mount, and he had 5 more touchdowns. And Miller was 7-3 this year. Waldrop is coming back. Their 6 leading tacklers are coming back. Jake McCoon, the Falcons linebacker that had 16 sacks this year, he's coming back. So Waterford, Trimble, and Southern, you gotta watch out. The Falcons are coming for you. And I have one more man who is coming for you next year, junior Cole Riffle. He rushed for the most yards in the SCOAL. Yes, more than Blake and Johnny. Look it up. But as a Mike linebacker, he recorded 98 solo tackles and 135 total tackles, which is the 5th most in school history. It's funny because he passed his dad, who had 125 tackles one season back in the day. And he probably slid under the radar because Warren only won 2 games. However, it was more than they had last year. Coach Carver, all he wanted to do is take a step in the right direction, get the players' confidence back. And it's going to be weird not seeing the SCOAL next year.
I know, that's so true. There's so many great memories and great games that have come out of the SCOAL, but on our finale, we're going to be taking a look back at the history of the SCOAL.
Definitely. It should be a lot of fun, a lot of history. You should learn a lot. The SCOAL has been around for a long time.
I'm excited for that, and just to see where these teams go next year, where they take it into new conferences or just go independent. So
it's like a new chapter.
It is.
It's wild.
That's a great way to look at it. All right, thanks a lot for giving those guys shout outs. They were all so close to getting on the list, but we appreciate it.
No problem.